All right, Schlockmeister fans, continuing with the Halloween movies, 11th movie in the series, Halloween from 2018. Let's check it out. It's 40 years later from the original Halloween, and Michael Myers is in a mental institution.
Spent the last 40 years in captivity. My name is Aaron Corey.
These two podcasters are going to have a podcast about the Michael Myers killings.
Very little about you.
And they've come to see Michael.
I'd like to know more.
Even brought a mask to him.
Feel it, don't you, Michael?
Hard to believe that would have been allowed.
Say something! We're looking for Laurie Strode.
They get nowhere with Michael, so they try to meet Laurie Strode. They tempt her with money to interview her.
We like to re-examine incidents with an unbiased lens. I believe there's a lot to learn from the horrors you experienced.
There's nothing to learn.
We learned that Laurie had a daughter.
Let's talk about when the state came to take your daughter away. She was 12 years old. They said you were an unfit mother.
To anyone. Never has.
Apparently Michael refuses to talk at all.
So why don't you sit down with him and say all the things you must be longing to say?
That's Allison, granddaughter. Mother is played by Judy Greer in the background there.
Use it for whatever.
Grandma is kind of estranged from the family because her daughter doesn't
for college then.
think her mom is unhinged a little bit from all Michael stuff. She does happen to show up at one of their parties though, or the restaurant.
I'm the grandmother.
Social services came when I was 12 years old and took me away. Trying to get over the paranoia.
Meanwhile, Michael is being transported to a
What the hell happened?
actual
to you,
high
boss?
Oh shit.
prison,
I'll go get my dad.
high security prison he's on the way to, and of course he got away. Michael doing Michael things, this time with a little boy.
I only claim the fame.
Podcasters visit Judy's grave.
Special about Judith Myers.
Our podcasters stop at a gas station or something, and they get separated. She goes to the bathroom, and the dude, and those are the mechanic's teeth. Michael is going to attack her in the bathroom. The other guy comes to try to help her, and he suffers in his fate. He then strangles the girl, and knowing that they have his mask in their car, gets it.
Gotcha.
She knows Michael has escaped.
You scared me. What are you doing in our house?
Michael continues to do Michael things. Next victim. This is Vicky, the babysitter, making out with her boyfriend, and she heard a noise.
All right.
It's not long before Michael starts doing his thing again.
Oh god. No.
We don't actually see her demise, we hear it. So does her boyfriend. Laurie shows up, sees Michael. Come here, Laurie. Boyfriend's tattoo. Notice the Halloween tattoo. He's trying to get with Allison. Instead, he gets with Michael. His name was Oscar. Keyword was. Well, they decide to hide in this little bunker they have, like a bomb shelter type thing. Meanwhile, the policeman and Michael's doctor run him over. The doctor stabs the cop. Turns out the doctor arranged for Michael to escape because he wanted to see what Michael would be like in the wild.
The crimes you observed. The most important opportunity to understand the mind of evil, you see, when he awakes.
It was not a good idea for him to let Michael go, though, because first thing he does is kill the doctor.
Say something.
Brutally. Allison managed to escape. He's doing his thing to everybody he reaches. main target, of course, is Laurie. But she's going to escape. They stalk each other and go at it for several minutes of screen time before he finally tosses her off the balcony. But harkening back to the first film, reversed, she's gone.
Gotcha. Happy Halloween, Michael.
They managed to get him into that basement bunker and trap him there with some well-placed bars. And let's turn on the gas while we're at it and strike a match. And then burn, baby, burn. Michael should be burned to a crisp, but as our credits end, we hear him breathing. All right. Let's talk about Halloween. It's the third movie in my collection with the title Halloween. It is related to the 1978 version, the 2007 version with Rob Zombie, and now we have 2018. They're all part of the same series. Now, this is actually a direct sequel to Halloween 2. Not the Halloween 2 that Rob Zombie directed, which came a couple years before this came out, but the Halloween 2 from 1981, which starred Jamie Lee Curtis, which was taking place the same night that Halloween ended, the original Halloween. So basically, this ignores Halloween, all the Halloween movies that came before it, other than parts 1 and 2. It ignores Halloween H2O and Halloween Resurrection, which were also a direct sequel to Halloween 2. This is a new direct sequel to Halloween 2. So anyway, this action movie I thought was pretty good. It was one of the better ones in the series. It takes place 40 years after the original, which the timeline actually checks out. Michael Myers has been locked up all these years, and there's some podcasters who want to do like a podcast about the whole Michael Myers story. They go to visit him. They get nothing from him. Apparently, Michael is aware and can talk, just chooses not to. He's been silent for 40 years, hasn't said a word. Well, these two podcasters go to find Laurie, whose life has been all messed up because of it. She lost her daughter at some point, was taken away from her. She has limited time with her granddaughter, Allison, because Allison's mother, Laurie's daughter, played by Judy Greer, thinks mom is a little bit unhinged because of all the Michael Myers stuff that's happened to her. Fair. Anyway, Michael escapes from the facility. He was going to be transferred from the mental ward to a maximum security prison after all these years. He escapes, and of course, he goes back to Haddonfield. He kills a car mechanic to steal his overalls. He somehow runs into the two podcasters who actually have a Michael Myers mask. Was it the original one? I have no idea, but he kills them and then steals the mask, so he has his costume back, and then he goes to Haddonfield to look for Laurie, look for who else, who knows what. But he kills people along the way. Laurie finds out that Michael has escaped. It turns out the doctor who was working with Michael planned the whole escape. He wanted to see what Michael would be like in the wild, so to speak. Not a bright idea. Eventually, the police catch up to Michael, and they run him over with the car. Allison, Laurie's granddaughter's in the car, along with the doctor. The doctor then stabs with like a knife, an X-Acto knife or something, the cop, and basically that's when we find out that he's the one who arranged all this. He throws Michael in the back of the police car with Allison, and he's going to drive somewhere, I don't know where, but before that happens, Michael wakes up and kills the doctor. Allison escapes into the woods. Next thing you know, Michael goes back to the house where Allison lives with her mother. Laurie is there. They kind of set a trap for Michael. There's a basement bomb shelter kind of like place. Excuse me. They eventually lure him down there, and they put up these metal bars that had come across to basically trap him down there. And then they start the house on fire. It burns. We're presumed that Michael is dead. But the very last scene in the movie, after the credits are done rolling, we hear Michael breathing. So he'll be back for the next sequel, which was, what was that one called? Halloween Kills? I can't remember. But that's it, Halloween 2018. Now, again, I thought this movie was pretty good. I was entertained by it. I wasn't bored, and hour and 46 minutes, but it moved along pretty nicely, and I liked it. Again, if you're a fan of Michael Myers, you're a fan of the Halloween movies, you'll probably like this movie too. I think this is one of the better ones in the entire series, which is now up to 13 films. So there you go. With this sequel, they made two other sequels to it, which are all sequels to this one. So obviously they're sequels to the original first two films as well. Halloween, again, I think it's called Halloween Kills, is next. I'll watch that very shortly. Let me know what you think about this movie. Check it out. I'll leave a link to a Blu-ray or something down below, and leave some comments. Watch it. Bye. Halloween.